Hi there, I'm Bob Burrdige, and welcome to Finding the Focus in Your Painting. 4 videos on Strathmore oil paper. I know, oil paper from Strathmore, it's fantastic. I love it. Wait till I show you how I work with it. No, I'm only one way. Okay, I'm going to show you what works for me. This is lesson number 1, setting up your studio. And after that, we're going to talk about what's the concept. In other words, what's the big idea? We're going to talk about the 12 compositions, the design of your painting, the color combination. That's going to be fun. I know you're looking forward to that. What are the right color combinations to really give you that painting, that zing? And then the last letter, C, is stay committed. Don't keep changing your mind all over the place. So the very first thing I'm going to show you is how to set up your studio. I paint flat, as you can see. I don't normally paint on an easel. I paint flat, and it's pretty wild and loose. If you're right-handed, put things on the right side. If you're left-handed, put things on the left side. Don't sabotage yourself all the time. So here's my setup. I have my paper towels, my cloth towels, right? I have my Strathmore oil painting paper, a whole lot of it, which I love to do sketching on. I have my Holbein paints and my color wheel. I even made a color chart. I have my medium alkyd. Basically, you dip your brush in this and you add it to your color, and it speeds up the drying a little bit better and faster. And I have my Gamsol. It's a little safer. It's like a turpentine, but it's a whole lot safer and doesn't have that unpleasant aroma. My brushes. Basically, it's a flat brush on the top. They're called Brights. All right, they're made out of horse hair. There's not really a sophisticated bristle like a sable, but they also have something that's called soft sable-like, and that's really great for glazing, and that's what this is all about. For cleaning the brushes, I use the Master's brush soap. Also put a little bit in your hand, clean your brushes and your hands at the same time. All right. Also, I like to use vegetable oil to clean my brushes. It keeps the lanolin still in the brushes, and that works out pretty well too. That's my layout. So today's lesson, besides setting up your studio, what's the concept, what's the composition, what's the color combination, and why you want to stay committed to your original idea. Let's get started. So now I'm ready to show you the 12 designs. It's also the structure. I call it the bare bones. You know, if you have a strong structure, the painting holds up. You have a weak structure, it kind of makes a good painting not look so good. Alrighty, let me show you in a black and white, quick little warm-up sketches. It's what I do a lot every day, just to remind myself of those 12 designs. And you choose one of them in your painting. Here we go. The first one, the cruciform. Basically, it's the cruciform. So that way, I'm painting it upside down. There we go, I'll turn it around. That's the cruciform, like that, all right? Well, for instance, it's a painting of the flowers in a vase. It's the cruciform. You see the design in there, right? All right, let's go to the next one. One of my favorites, asymmetrical, also known as cantilevered. We have a whole lot of something over here and one little thing over there. This could be one of those. A whole lot of something over here and one little thing over here. Let's go to the next one. Everything happens on the horizon line. Maybe it is a landscape. You have a lot of things going on, but there you go. All those little things, your eye goes right to the horizon line. That's the composition called horizontal. This could also be a horizontal too. All right? You can have up to 2 compositions. Don't have 3, it starts to fall apart. The next one, oh, this is a fun one. Overlapping squares. And angular. It'd be pretty nice. Overlapping squares. My other favorite one. You can guess this one. Lots of curves. Almost like spaghetti. Lots of curves. You can almost imagine these paintings in a museum. That means you have a good imagination then. We have everything vertical. Trees, verticals. This is a vertical, it's not a tree, but it's under the composition of a vertical painting. All right. Here's my vertical. Constellation. Just what you can imagine. Lots of things, lots of squiggles. Constellation, you have lots of many things. All over the place. It could be different colors. I'm showing you just strictly the structure, the design of the painting. All right? Then we have this one. Oh, this is always a good one. Remember those videos you saw of Jackson Pollock? There you go. It's called meandering. Meandering. Very Jackson Pollock. So see, even Jackson Pollock had a composition. Here we go. You can almost guess this one. Diagonal. You might want to say that this is leaning towards diagonal, this particular painting. Right. The golden section. The golden section explained real fast. Basically, it's a tic-tac-toe. This is the poor man's version. And where those lines intersect, supposedly that's the sweet spot. That's the focal point. That's the spot that's going to have the most important part of the painting, the focal point. That's the world's fastest explanation of the golden section. Then we have tension. Oh my, tension. Like this is about to fall on somebody. Oh. You just look at it, you say, oh no, watch out below. Like something's about to fall. Danger, danger. Oh, it doesn't look too stable, does it? Tension. There are artists that love to show you a lot of tension. Then we have this one. We know not to put everything in the middle, right there in the middle. So we call it spiritual, or also portraiture. This might be a whole lot of portraitures all put together. These are my goofy hot air balloons, still working on them. And then I'll put them all together. So they're in the center, but we call it portraiture. Now you know more than most artists. The 12 compositions makes the painting hold together better. They're fun to practice. You saw how fast I did them. Try them every day. You can do this under 6 minutes every morning. Great way to teach yourself practicing painting. Let's go to the next one, and that means color combo. I know you've been waiting for the color combo, so have I. Let's go to it. The color wheel. I know you have in your studios that something that looks like this. It's a universal color wheel. It works. They've even shown us with these little cutouts, stencils, how to choose a color combination. Someone has already figured this out for us, so let's not do our own thing just yet. But let me just show you the basic system. You decide by looking at the cutouts, so that's monochromatic. That's a decision. The next combination you might want to have is analogous, up to 4 colors all touching each other here on the color wheel. So in this case, I'd put out only those 4 colors. The next one would be complementary. Violet and the yellow, 2 colors opposite each other on the color wheel. Works every time. Then the last one on this particular wheel is triadic, 3 colors. And it's every fourth color on the color wheel. And you can start anywhere. For instance, red. Put red on the table, count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yellow. Look where we're going. 1, 2, 3, there you have the primaries. That's the world's fastest course on the color wheel. There's many other combinations, but for this sense of purpose, let's just stick with the color wheel. Then there's my color wheel. This one has only 10 colors. And it's somewhat like the Munzel color wheel, but only I changed the colors slightly to match the Holbein oil paints that I use. So I call this the goof-proof, the Robert Burridge goof-proof color wheel. And I follow it. And I have this little spinning pointer that tells me the 4 colors that I'm going to use in a painting. So let's get started. Basically, I have my oil painting paper. I don't have to gesso it. That's one of the nice things about that. So in this case, let's go, red. Red's going to be, it says dominant color. It says so right there. I put a little bit of alkyd on my brush, dip it in the red. It's going to spread all over the place. Put a little bit of, look at that, just wonderful. This is all how this works. At least how my color wheel works. Very loose, very abstract at first. I always believe under every great painting is a great abstract painting, so always start off loose. Now in my particular wheel, it says that's the dominant color. Yep, there it is, the dominant color. Also, I like to add different kinds of reds. Doesn't always have to be just that one red. Let's have fun with this red. This is where I play an awful lot. At the very early stage. See different kinds of reds. You don't have to stick with one red. Now, dominant and across from it happens to be this blue color. That's my focal point color. Let's add some more alkyd. Again, that's a medium that dries real fast. It helps to dry real fast. Yep, that's your focal point. You can't miss that. There you are. Focal point, one of those. Now you don't want to have the focal point all over the place. If you do, tone it way down, because you'll have the same color over here. You don't want to have two. So tone it down a little bit, just like that. That's all working. Now, in case you missed the focal point, my color wheel shows you the other two spice colors. I call them my spice colors. What happens to be this light green, make it a nice light green. I love oil painting, especially on this paper. See, it stays flat. Isn't that nice? Whew. Can't miss it. There it is. The other color is a darker blue. Let's put that in there. Darker blue. See how it augments the focal point. Again, you can have color all over the place, but make sure you tone it down so your eye goes to one spot, just like that. Well, that's the world's fastest course on how my color wheel works. All the color wheels have a system. Use it. You can see I've used the same kind of system back here with my paintings. Mostly blue, focal point right there. You can't miss it. So I think the next thing is coming back here and talking about, as a review, what have we just learned? We learned before you do a painting, before I do a painting, I do a lot of journaling. What's my big idea? Why do I want to do this painting in the first place? You know, it might take me a while to figure this whole thing out. And I'll do a little bit of research, and now I have to come up with a title. That's what the best part is, coming up with titles for each painting before I've done them. I write the title on the back of them. That way when I come up to it the next day, I say, what's the name of this painting? Now I can see what I'm doing. The reason I title it first, not the very end, because the big question, how do you know when your painting's done? I don't have anybody to ask other than myself. And so when the painting matches the title, that's when I know it's done. Duh, all right? So that's the big idea. Always have one big idea. And I usually do a series of them. Not just one over another and another. Remember that clown painting I just did? Many of them, over and over and over and over. It's called practice. The next one, what's the composition? The 12 designs. That's the structure of a painting. If you have a lousy structure, it's going to fall apart. The color combination. Just a brief one right now for color combination. Always follow a color wheel. It's a great tool to have. Don't jump ship and make up your own after a while. You might later on, but start off knowing the color wheel. It will help you to become a better painter. You continue the series. I always say continue the series, many of them, and stay committed. Don't keep jumping all over the place again. Stay committed. If you were excited about it at the beginning of a painting, at what point did it become a bad idea? Stay excited. So let's try and pull all of this together. So I'm going to actually do a painting. Remember, what's the concept? I've decided to call it happy pair. We'll do a happy pair. Off balance, that's the composition, so it'll be slightly off center. Blue is going to be the dominant color. I go to my color wheel. Blue will be the dominant color. Here's my color wheel. There we go. Yellow will be the focal point. And the two spice colors, that green and that red. I already have it out. Oil painting, here we go. Happy pair. I'm going to tape it down so it doesn't move all over the place for me. There we go. Dominant color is going to be blue. So here we go. Get some blue out here. I'm doing some negative shape painting right now. I like to work fast. I'm just excited about seeing how it's going to turn out. This is called negative shape painting. So I'm making sure that the dominant, at least 80% of the painting is going to be dominant blue. As we go across the page, it's going to be a lot lighter. It's still blue. There we go. I like to scrumble at the beginning. It's almost like drawing. Okay, there we go. Now let's get that. That's the blue. It's not exactly as deep as that blue, but at least I have the sketching colors down. Yellow. All right. I'm drawing yellow. Focal point. Can't miss that. Can't miss it. Make it a little bit dark over here. There we go. I'm going to make the table a different kind of a blue. I wanted to make sure that's dominant blue. Shadow underneath there. There's your shadow. It helps to anchor the pear. Also helps to show where the light's coming from. Paint all over the place, all at the same time. Don't stay in one spot too long. Boy, I like painting like this, especially in oil. Woo. I'm gonna lighten up the table a whole lot. There we go. Raise the table edge back here a little bit more. There we go. I feel better about that. There we go. Table's back here. These are the basic colors. Now I need to put in the two spice colors, a little red, a little bit of green. Now it starts to really pop. I'm not painting reality here, folks. Happy pairs, right? And a little bit of green. Change brushes. Whew. Get in, get out. I paint with paper towels too. I love them. Get darker over here. Juicy. I like them. And the surprise color right down in here. There we go. Bouncing off like that. And let's come back in and clean it up a little bit. More white. Yeah, green in there too. But this is a good example of taking one of the spice colors and toning it way down. The green, but not in competition with the other two spice colors. Ooh-wee. And a little more highlights up in here, there. Take it up one more time up in here, make it even darker. And voila. Hey, thanks for watching the first lesson, setting up your studios and the 4 C's. Your next lesson is about light source and the introduction of my Rembrandt lighting, at least the Rembrandt style lighting. And I'm Bob Burrdige, and this is Finding the Focus in Your Painting. See you the next time.